Okay, guys, if we could just go down the line here and name off your name, your city, county, and the department you work with.
I'm Brendan Chapman from the city of Raymond in Pershing County, and I'm in the Department of Humanities.
My name is Jake Miller. I am in McCoy City of Patton County. I'm the head of the economy department.
I'm Dustin Rose from King County in Hyatt City, and I am part of the Natural Resource Department.
Okay, so guys, you've been department heads for a couple days now, and what are some of the things that you've done within your respective departments?
Well, for the Department of Humanities, we've split our original budget up, 30,000, 30,000. 3,000 has gone to each county for small projects like health clinics, rec centers, community centers, and the other 30,000 has been set aside for schools once we get our budget. But what we plan to do is get a countywide school, K through 12, in each county by tomorrow, as well as a combined police and fire station, and a courthouse and jail.
All right, so for the economy department, basically we're in charge of infrastructure, so that's our biggest part anyways. So one of the biggest things that we do is it's a lot of roads, a lot of railroads, just anything that along those lines. We started with $40,000 in our department, so we divided that by our 10 counties, and that gave us about $4,000 per department. Per county. So really, we've built roads. Mostly they're 2-lane to 4-lane, nothing bigger as of now. We've also done all kinds of things with power, data, telephone lines, and really that's about it.
You guys might have heard that we're trying to build a hydroelectric dam. But so far we have given every county a recycling center and a $600 grant to do whatever they please with it.
Okay, so as working with the departments, you kind of get to be a transitioning element between the people of Boise State and the government positions and the government officials. How's that been, and what have you liked most about being that?
Well, it's a bit of an issue getting the cities to communicate with their counties and then get back to us. But once they've gotten that figured out, we've been pretty efficient. The only issue is we didn't start out with too much money, so we haven't been able to grant everything each county has wanted. And so that's where the government comes in, and that's why we've been trying to push the budget for a day and a half now. But besides that, the best part about it is getting to see people work together. Department of Humanities is all really close, and we're close to our people, and we want to continue that.
Well, the Department of Economy, I'm kind of with him on it. It's hard whenever the cities don't know what their counties are doing and they come to ask for the same things the counties have already placed in their cities. And it's hard to do when it comes to that. But I'd say that the best part, you meet everyone. So, especially whenever we're campaigning to go to different grants and give people grants, especially for the new state budget, which, like he said, we've been trying to push for a day and a half now. We're finally getting, and we told everyone to submit their grants, and I got to meet almost everyone in both buildings. So that was probably the best part about the transition between the city and county and the state departments.
The best part about our department is all of us are really close together, and I think we focus on our department and not ourselves or our own counties and stuff. And our issues are we were the least funded department, so it's kind of hard to give what counties and cities want with a small amount of money.
Okay, so in the previous question, you guys talked a lot about the budget and the things the budget's doing, but currently an issue today we have on Thursday at Boise State is that the governor has not approved the budget and you guys don't actually have money to put into the cities and counties of Boise State. So what are your opinions on that?
I think it's been rough trying to get people to understand that we don't have the money, so we're just trying to get them to fill out their forms so we can get all the transactions done lightning quick. But I don't think it's all the governor's fault. It's been through the House and Senate over the last day. But now that it's finally getting signed, I think we can work together really efficiently and make some progress.
Well, if you weren't there, there's been a gathering outside the state executive office, and I feel like everyone's kind of putting it on the governor, and it's really not his fault. I mean, he's busy just like how we all are, and I know here lately that in the department has been pretty slow just because no one has any money and we have no money to give. So it's tough to tell people no. And I understand the governor's busy. I understand the rest of the House and Senate is busy. But I just wish that we got it done a little bit quicker because, I mean, tomorrow we only have one session of operations, and it's rough to fit like $300,000 worth of grants in like however long we have tomorrow. So, yeah.
Yeah, like they said, it's kind of hard to give what the people want without having money. So we're just kind of like sitting here waiting so we can actually do stuff to help out the people. But we have been putting out mandates to help the environment.
Okay, so a final question from me, guys. Tomorrow's coming really fast. The last operation sessions is happening at 9 tomorrow. What are some of the end goals you have for each of your departments, and what are the final things that you want to get done right now in Boise State?
Well, the main thing the Department of Humanities wants to do, the goal for the whole week's been to get K-12 schools in every county, and we've added on all the rest of the public services that I mentioned earlier. So that is our goal, to get all of those established tomorrow. And if we have time and money, we can get some other services like a state university or maybe even a space program for you guys from Pershing.
All right, so I think the last tail end stuff that we'll be getting for this year's Boise State in the economic department is really, I mean, we've been looking at a lot of stuff, but the worst thing for basically every city is unemployment. So I know, like in my county, in the city of O'Leary, at one point there was only one person employed. So I mean, it's kind of rough for them, and I don't know. I know many other counties were that way with their cities. So I think we're going to try to fix the unemployment problem, and then hopefully, I believe almost every county has roads in every single city. We're going to try to make sure that is for sure, and then try to build railroads and other infrastructure in each of the counties.
We would have liked to build this hydroelectric dam, but with us not getting the budget right away, it's kind of hard to do that. So hopefully we can do that, but if we can't, we don't have that much money to do stuff. So we're just trying to fill out grants that people are asking for.
Okay, that's all the questions from me, guys. I think Nathan has some questions for you.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Nathan, and I'll have a few questions for you. So, what kind of responsibilities do you have on a daily basis?
Well, I think the largest responsibility that we've had on a daily basis is trying to keep people that come to us happy. And I think we've done a really good job at it. We've had to deny them, but we've let them know that we are willing to get their grants distributed to them, get the transactions complete, so we can get jobs and all that great stuff. And that's, I think, it for humanities.
All right, so for economy, it's basically the same thing. I mean, as most of you know, the departments are in charge of administering grants for the state of Kansas, and we try to make everyone happy. Obviously, there's going to be people who aren't because they don't get what they want when they want it. But I think whenever we finally get this budget, I mean, I feel like it's really going to help out, and I know that really a big part of our job is, again, like I said, keeping people happy and getting their money so they can build onto their cities and counties.
For our department, we just try to make sure that what the people are asking for, reach our goals first before we just give grants away to do stuff.
So can you give me an example of one problem that you've encountered anytime this week and how you fixed it?
Well, our biggest issue, once again, has been the budget with our money. So the way we've tried to work around that is get $3,000 to each county so we can get some things established before we get our full budget. But then we've also gotten people to come back if they're requesting more than 3,000 and let them know that we are willing to do what they'd like us to, but we need to have them wait until we actually do have the money. And I think we've gotten all the paperwork filled out for that kind of stuff, and we should be good to go once we get it.
So I could also say, like, I mean, again, I kind of want to like move away from the budget because I know everyone's mad about it. Not everyone's happy about it. But one big problem that we ran into is that there was people coming in all the time about just they needed money. And I know that economy and humanities were giving money, but it didn't seem like natural resources gave any money until recycling plants that they thought was a good idea in different counties. And even if each of the counties wanted something different, they weren't able to get it just because they were only granted $600 on top of what their recycling plant was placed in the counties were for. So really, I mean, it's just tough to tell people no, we can't do that whenever we just don't have the money when there's other departments that do. Yeah, and I think that's about it.
Our biggest issues is trying to convince people that some things they don't reach our goals to give our money for. So it's kind of hard to tell them no. And also it's kind of hard when we didn't have that much money to help people get more expensive items that they were wanting.
All right. So my final question for today is, what have you guys learned from being in this position, and what have you learned from just overall being in Boise State?
So the biggest thing that I've learned from being in the position as head of humanities is communication is key. Like between cities and counties, they've come to us disjointed, and we've always asked them, did you check with everyone else in your county to make sure it's all right? And sometimes they say no, so we have to send them back. But when they do, it's efficient. And communication between us and the governmental heads like Alex and Micah and Connor and all those guys, it's really important to make sure that we can satisfy the people in the cities and counties. So communication, I've learned, is the biggest social skill to have an effective society at Boise State.
I think the biggest thing that I think we all can kind of agree on it is that whenever we're out in the real world and we're looking and we're watching what a lot of different news stations do and stuff, we never see the other end of things. So I mean, one thing that I have learned is that whenever you hear about politicians, they also have another side. I'm not saying all of them do, but when outside of whether you're nationalist or federalist or red or blue in this case, outside of that, everyone can still be friends. It doesn't matter whether you're red, blue, nationalist, or federalist. Like I said, I mean, everyone came together, worked together, and in all the different debates and stuff, it seemed like there was a lot of agreeing. It was just like small things that were different. So I mean, I feel like I learned that people can work together even in their differences.
I'll have to agree with you on that. Like our department, we've learned that when everyone has like the same goals, and it just makes things easier to work together and get things done.
Well, thank you for your time. Yep.